I am State Representative Bill Hauter. I represent the 87th District. The 87th District is Morton, Clinton, and Lincoln, Illinois. The state of Illinois, as you know, is in serious trouble, but you wouldn't know it from looking at the Illinois House of Representatives. Like my colleague, Leader Davidsmeyer mentioned, we've seen a report from our nonpartisan fiscal watchdog agency that the state is going to have $700 million in less revenue than what the governor projected in his budget presentation. Surprise, surprise. Instead of focusing on state finances or any number of serious challenges our state faces, we see the true priorities of the Democrat Party in Illinois. When the former Speaker of the Illinois House was convicted on federal corruption charges, we saw no changes in ethics laws. How many more convictions do we have to have before there's any serious effort at ethics reform? We have a governor who promised not to sign a gerrymandered map, and yet Illinois currently has the most unfair, partisan, gerrymandered maps. I call it the manipulated map majority. We should be talking about fair maps, about ensuring that every Illinoisan has a right to pick their elected officials instead of their elected officials picking which Illinoisans they represent. Budget, ethics, voter disenfranchisement. These are important issues. We should be talking about them nonstop. The issues before the Illinois House Republicans will continue to sound off on. We saw we heard some of the bills from last year. Last year we voted on petting a bear, whether a dog can sit on your lap while driving. Important. And if residents can own exotic cats and kangaroos, we got to do better. I mean, we have to be serious. Bills must be heard that actually improve Illinoisans' lives. We hear all the time, winners do the work. We're here to do the work, and we want to be winners too. Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming. I think we're going to open it up to any questions that anyone has.
Yeah.
Hey, Rep. So everybody here, I just wanted to see if anybody here had a response. Out of all the bills that you talked about from the Democrats, one of the things I think that was noticed by a lot of people was, especially in the governor's address, is he didn't mention anything about ethics reform. I know that's something you all have talked about, and it's still pretty early in session. So, especially with the federal conviction of former Speaker Bannigan, is that, and I didn't hear you talk about it in this press conference either, but can you kind of talk about that and whether there's still an appetite for ethics reform, and if so, can you talk about why that's important and the immediacy of it, if there is immediacy of it?
I just liken it to my business, which is emergency medicine and medicine in general. This is a matter of priorities, and when you say priorities, in my thinking, I think of triage. And we're in a situation where we have seriously wounded people, and we're putting bills forward that are like we're treating hangnails and minor injuries, and we have people that need help that have major injuries, major issues. We have major issues in this town. We have budget, pension, ethics, and on and on. And instead of that, we're distracting ourselves with petting animals and issues like that. So to me, it's a matter of triage, and they have seriously misplaced their priorities in that fact.